everybody, welcome back to my channel for the holidays. Today we are doing the super glam look. I mean, it's like pretty glam, but it's not like one of my crazy super out there glam looks, you know. This is a great look for Christmas time, for the holidays. It's super simple, and I am using some Jeffree Star Cosmetics products, which I have never used. I had the shade Weirdo for a while, but I don't think it was a real one. I got it off of some website. I don't think it was a real one. That was like years ago though, and I have thrown it out. So today I am using a couple of products from him. I'm trying to venture out and use more online brands. You know, I typically just stick to what I see in store because I work at Sephora, so I'm like an instant gratification person and I buy in store all the time, but I don't really buy any like e-commerce brand stuff. But I have done this look a couple of times recently, similar to this, not the same products, but just like an easier glam, not like a crazy cut crease with blue and green and rainbow eyeshadow, just like a more simple, pretty, easy look to do. And a few of you guys have asked for tutorials, so here you go. And I'm also using the new Naked palette from Urban Decay, which I used one other time before, and it wasn't too crazy about it, but I used it today and it's actually really pretty and I love the way this look turned out. So if you guys would like to see how I got this very pretty, simple glam look, then please keep watching. So I'm literally gonna go through every step that I do in my makeup routine, from skincare, everything. So I don't show eyebrows when I do glam tutorials usually, and I don't show like the skincare steps I do at first, so I am going to show you that. So the very first thing I do after washing my face is I use this Dior serum. This stuff is really expensive, I'm sorry, but it is it's called the Skin Boosting Super Serum. So what it does is it helps anything that I put on to my skin afterwards that is skincare. It's going to help my skin absorb it a little bit better. It adds a little hydration to it. I do about 2 pumps of this stuff. And then the moisturizer I've been using lately is from Tatcha. It's the water cream. You know, I try really hard not to switch moisturizers a lot, or like skincare. I try to go through each bottle. I have so much skincare and so many different moisturizers. I try to use one whole thing before I go on to my next one. I used to think that I was really oily, but I have come to learn that I was just getting oily because my skin was so dry. So I've really been trying to hydrate it a lot lately, and it's been working. Like, I don't get as oily throughout the day as I used to. I would get so oily, and I live in Colorado, which most of you guys know, and it's a super dry climate here, so I just kept putting like mattifying products on my skin, and the air was so dry, and so my skin was producing extra oil to like try to moisturize itself. So yeah, I've been staying away from anything mattifying because yeah, my skin was hating it, and my skin has been loving all the hydration lately. Like, it's crazy how much it's changed. Next, I'm going to go in with this Kiehl's Creamy Eye Treatment. It has avocado in it. It is really amazing. And I do this on the lower part of my eye and my lid because my lids get really dry and patchy. Doing an eye cream before I do like concealer and stuff helps a lot too, because that if your under eye is super dry, it's gonna crack and crease and look really bad. So an eye cream helps hydrate it so it doesn't look so dry. My eyebrows, my eyebrows grow down like this, so I actually shaved the whole tail end of them off, and I have some little stragglers. These are from Sephora. These are little razors, and I use these and I literally just shave the very tail end of my eyebrows off with these, because I like my eyebrows more straight, not down, because it gives more space for like really dramatic eye looks, so that's why I shave them. And then before I go into my eyebrows, I'm going to do some lip scrub. I love to do lip scrubs. One of my favorite ones is from Tarte. It's this one right here. And it's called the Pout Prep, and it has a peppermint kind of taste to it. It's, oh my god, it's so amazing. I love, love, love. But today I ordered the Jeffree Star. I swear these trash trucks came at like 8 o'clock and they're back again at 11. Just pick one time to come. As I was mentioning in the beginning of the video, I have not tried any Jeffree Star products. At least I've never tried his lip scrub before, so I got the pumpkin pie one from his Alien collection for the holidays. I literally could not resist this because I'm a pumpkin pie freak. It smells phenomenal. Like, it smells like pumpkin pie spice. Like, so I'm gonna dip into this pumpkin pie. I really get in there and scrub. Alright, so I'm gonna let that sit for a good 5 to 10 minutes while I do my eyebrows. And yes, I'm gonna show you guys how I do my eyebrows because I get asked about it a lot, and I thought, well, maybe I should just include it into this tutorial. I use about 3 different products for my eyebrows generally if I want them to look like super snatched, you know. So first I go in with any brow pencil. I really love the Benefit Precisely My Brow. I love the Kat Von D Signature Brows, but lately I've been using the Anastasia Brow Wiz, and I use the color Granite because my hair is really dark and I love dark eyebrows. If your hair is black, you don't have to go and do black eyebrows, but that's just personally what I like to do. So I just comb them out first to make sure there's no crazy hairs, and I can see exactly where I need to lay this at. So I use the pencil just to trace everything out first. And I do make my eyebrows quite a bit thicker than they actually are. And then here in the front, I just go straight up. So I don't bring this straight line all the way to the front. I just flick straight up. However high my eyebrow goes up here in the front, that's how high I go throughout the rest of the brow. And then I do extend my arch just a little bit. So there is the general outlay of my eyebrows, and to make the hairs in the front look a little bit more hair-like and to make them just a little bit darker, I go in with the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade in Granite, which is black as well. You could just go in with this, but that makes them so dark. So I like to just trace them with the pencil because the pencils are typically a little bit lighter than the dip brow is. The dip brow is really, really intense. So I use the number 70 Kat Von D eyebrow brush to use the dip brow with. You can use the Anastasia one as well. Mine's just a little dirty. So I take it on its side completely, and I rest my hand on my cheek and I very lightly flick up. And then throughout the rest of the brow, I just really lightly, with a little tiny bit of product, go through and fill them in. Okay, and then with a makeup wipe, I'm just gonna wipe off the lip scrub. I use the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer to clean up my eyebrows. So I'm gonna go ahead and put just a little bit on the back of my hand. And I use the Precise Lip Line brush from Sigma. And it's this little tiny itty bitty guy. And I just pick some up off the back of my hand. I don't clean up right here because I don't want it to be boxy. I want those little false hairs to be there. And then the last touch that I do for my eyebrows is I take a clear brow gel. I've been using the NYX Control Freak lately, and there's no color to it. It just kind of sets the hairs in place. The dip brow kind of already does that, but I like to make sure they're even more set. Brows are done. Now we're gonna prime our lids. I always use the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion in Eden. This is my absolute favorite. I kind of like to warm it up with my hands a little bit. And lately I've been using a brush to put it on with, and I love it. I'm just using this flat brush, and this is from Sigma. It doesn't have a name. Oh, no. No name. And I'm just going to put this all over my eyelid. And I do one at a time because this stuff does dry down. So I use the brush to disperse all the product, and I make sure I go really into the inner corner. So today I really wanted to play with the new Urban Decay Naked palette, the cherry one. I've used it one time before, but not for a tutorial, and it wasn't like a super glam look. I definitely want to go pretty glam with it today. So there's what it looks like. Just a really pretty, like, pink toned, berry toned kind of palette, and it's really perfect for the holidays, honestly. So first I'm gonna take this NYX brush. It's just a fluffy brush, and it's a number 16 from them. And I think I'm gonna dip into the shade Caution with it. So it's just this light taupey kind of color. And this is just more of a simple kind of glam look. It's not anything too intense, too crazy. So now I'm gonna go in with this Sigma E25 brush. It's just a smaller, flat, kind of fluffy brush. And I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna go in with the shade Feelz, which is right here. And I'm gonna start placing this into my crease. And I'm going to go back in with the NYX brush just to blur out the edges a little bit. So next I'm going to go in with this brush right here. It's pretty similar to the last one we used. This brush is from Cadabra Cult. They are a super cute goth brand. I will have their info down below, but they have some super cute makeup brushes. Yeah, like sets of makeup brushes. So yeah, this is from them. I'm going to go in with the shade Bing. I'm just like gradually getting darker as we're going into the crease. And I'm doing the shadow in kind of a round shape. I usually like extend it, but today I'm not doing that. And then last but not least, I'm gonna go in with the shade Devilish, which is the almost darkest color in the palette. And I'm gonna mix it a little bit with Privacy, just a tiny bit. I'm just kind of building up the color, so I'll keep going back in with the darker shade just right on the outer edge. Next I'm going to go into the lightest shade in the palette. It's called Hotspot. It's this guy right here. And for this I'm using a shader lid brush number E56. And I'm going to start putting this on the lid. I'm not going to cut the crease. I don't want to cut it at all today. I want it to be really soft. Then I'm going to go back in with Devilish and Privacy just on this part right here. Ta-da! There's the eyeshadow. Super simple. I think I actually want to add some glitter to it. I'm going to use this heavy metal glitter from Urban Decay. This is in the shade Pyro. All kinds of colors in it. So I'm just going to put a little bit on my lid. I'm not going to go crazy. I'm just going to do this, and then I'm going to take a brush actually and go in. Just so it's literally like a touch of glitter. I'm going to do my winged liner as well before I do my foundation because I like to clean it up and make it nice and sharp. So I'm going to use my NYX matte liquid liner. This is my favorite liquid liner right now. I like to shake it up a little bit. It is very matte and very black. And I'm just going to do a smaller cat eye, nothing too crazy. So I'm going to do my primer next. This is where I move on to our face. I'm going to do the same setup I did last time. So this is what I've been doing all the time for my makeup, is using these Farsali drops. These are so bomb. I can't even get over it. I used to take samples home from Sephora and try them. And finally, I was just like, you know what? You know what, girl? I'm just gonna buy them. Like, yeah, they're expensive, but god damn, they make my skin look beautiful. So I just decided, you know what? Who cares? Who cares? Who cares? And it smells so good. And then I go in with the Skintune blur, which helps with pores, and it does help control oil a little bit, but this stuff is, like, both of these together. And I've always been a person who uses like 2 primers because I'm really dry out here. And like I was saying earlier, I used to get really oily in here. But I've always used 2 primers. So I use these together, and this one I just put in the center of my face, but it shrinks pores like so crazy. It does help with like oil. It helps it, you know, like when you get the creasing right here. Oh my god, it happens to me all the time. This stuff like helps that not happen. For foundation today, I'm going to be using the Too Faced Born This Way. I have been loving this one too. In my last video, I used the Smashbox Studio Skin, which I am like overly obsessed with, but today I'm going to use Too Faced. Now for me, this foundation, I'm in the shade Snow, and it looks a little yellow when you first start applying it, but as you blend it in, it honestly loses that like yellow tone. And I like it really full coverage, so I do 2 pumps for each side of my face. And then I'm going to go in with my beloved Huda concealer. My favorite concealer right now. I'm obsessed with it. And then I'll flip the Beauty Blender around back to the foundation side and just kind of fuse together everything, because I do use the lightest shade in the Huda concealer. So I want that brightness, but I don't want it to look like crazy. Okie dokie! Next I'm going to go in and contour and bronze, and I'm using the Milk Matte Bronzing Stick, and this is in the shade Baked. I am super in love with this lately. I have really been loving cream contour a lot lately, so you know, we're gonna go in with this baby. And then I just take my Beauty Blender and blend it all out. It blends so seamlessly. Now I'm going to set the whole face, and I'm going to use my Huda Beauty Easy Bake Powder in Cupcake. And this one has the pink undertone, which I personally like because I hate when my face looks super yellow. I'm so fair that whatever the undertone is of a foundation, my skin will pick it up. So even if it's like the slightest yellow tone, it can possibly look yellow on me, so that's why I use the pink powder, and I like to use the Huda brush that goes with it. I just inhaled some of it. Don't breathe in when you're powdering your nose. And then I'll just take my beauty blender and I'll just like press in any leftover powder. Next, I'm going to go in with the Sigma Sculpt palette. So it's a contour palette. And I'm going to be using this shade right here called Faking It. And I'm going to go in with this NYX number 90 brush. It is my favorite for contouring. So I'm just going to dip into that shade Faking It and I'm going to go to town. See the contrast it just kind of adds? Like, yeah, I already contoured with the stick, but I like to go back over. And for blush, I'm going to use the Naked Cherry Highlight and Blush Palette. I'm definitely going to go in with this right here, right in the middle. And I'm going to be using this cute brush from Unicorn Cosmetics. It's like a little mermaid tail. It's so cute. I'm going to be using this to apply it. For highlight, I'm going to use... Ooh, this baby is dirty. I'm going to use the Anastasia Amrezy highlight. So I actually got this highlighter when it first came out last year. And then she discontinued it, or they stopped, you know, it was a holiday thing. And I heard that she's coming out with it again this year, which is really exciting because it is a poppin' highlight. And for my highlight today, I'm using the Sigma High Cheekbone Highlighter, number F03. And then just to add like a little like glitzy glam to it, because why not? I'm going to use this Artist Couture glitter highlight. It's called Spotlight Glitz, and it's called the Diamond Lights Finisher. It actually looks legit like glitter, but like highlight at the same time. Oh, it's so pretty. So we're going to move back onto the eyes. I'm going to highlight the inner corner of my eyes and my brow bone using the Anastasia Amrezy highlight. And I'm going to spray it with the All Nighter Cherry spray. It's scented so lightly. It's a very light cherry scent, so it's not too overwhelming. But I'm going to spray the highlight, that way it's like poppin'. And I'm going to put it right in the inner corner of my eye. And then for the inner corner highlight, I always use the detailed lip brush from Sigma. This is the L04. It's just really, really tiny. I don't always use brushes for what they say they are for. And then I use the lash fan brush from Sigma to do my brow bone highlight. I'm going to go into my lower lash line now, and I'm going to be mixing together Devilish and Privacy from the Cherry palette. And I'm just going to dust it along my lower lash line. And then I'm going to go back in with my NYX liquid liner and connect the bottom to the top. And then also my inner corner. I did forget to do one thing for my complexion, and that is to bake the sides of my nose and my contour. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Okay, so now I'm gonna do some tight lining. I'm gonna take this ColourPop Cosmetics. This is kind of old. It's called Get Paid, and it's just a gel liner. It's kind of like a coppery sort of color. It's got a little shimmer in it. So I'm gonna put this in my waterline. And then I'm gonna take my Marc Jacobs Blacker Highliner. I wanna say it's pronounced Blacker. I think it is, but some people say it's pronounced Blacker. I'm going to use this to tight line my upper lash line before I put on lashes. So now I'm going to go ahead and curl my lashes and put on mascara. I'm going to use the NARS Climax mascara. This has been my favorite mascara lately. I really like it. For lashes, I'm going to be using these Alien Cosmetics lashes. They are in the pair Earth, and they are what I wore in my previous video. I think that was like the most difficulty I've had putting on lashes in a really long time. I'm literally just dropping everything today, guys. I am so sorry. I'm a mess. Okay, so we are done with everything except the lips. I like to put balm on my lips before I do a liquid lipstick, but I make sure I rub most of it off. So for lips today, I'm going to line my lips with this Ben Nye lip liner pencil. This is my favorite pencil lately to line lips with a nude color, with a deep red color. It's my favorite. It's just a brown shade. It's called French Roast, and I'm going to use this to line my lips. And then for the color of my lips today, I'm going to be using my Jeffree Star Velour Liquid Lipstick. This is in Unicorn Blood. I have never used it before. It's my first time. So that is the end of this tutorial, guys. I hope you enjoyed watching. I had a lot of fun making this glam holiday look. This is a great look for like any Christmas party, any Christmas event, Christmas Day, Christmas dinner, Christmas Eve, whatever. It's super simple, and I really hope you guys enjoyed watching. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel so you can see all the holiday looks I'll be putting out this season. And let me know down below if there are any looks you want to see, guys. I'm really not trying to do too many body paints or like character looks this season. I'm so sorry. It's just not in me after October. I just kind of want to stay away from that area for a little bit. I hope you understand. It takes a lot out of me, and I have to feel inspired to do those looks, and I'm just not feeling inspired to do body paints and things like that. I just want to do glam, so please just let me know if you have any requests down below. I would love to hear from you, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.